Hope so you all are safe during COVID-19 pandemic situation. Congratulations all of you for your SYBSc result and welcome to TYBSc Zoology class. Myself Petkar Vrushali, working as a lecturer in Department of Zoology at our KJ Somaiya College, Kopargaon. Due to this pandemic condition, our college decided to take online lecture, so must attend every lecture. The aim today is to give some background about your syllabus. The syllabus designed by Savitribai Phule Pune University Board of Study in Zoology. It is a revised syllabus for TYBSc Zoology to be implemented from June 2015. I take your paper number 6, General Pathology. Course code is 336. According to the exam view, the paper is of 50 marks. The 50 marks are divided into internal and external. Internal carry 10 marks and external carry 40 marks. And now we are going to discuss our syllabus. UGC allotted to 48 lectures for our syllabus. Our paper name is General Pathology and this paper having 12 topics. Before going to start topics, I want to tell you basic terminology of this paper must be clear because all topics are interlinked. First topic is introduction. 4 lecture allotted to the topic introduction, and introduction includes 3 subtopic. 1.1 definition of pathology, scope of pathology and basic branches of pathology. 1.2 applied pathology, biopsy and surgery. 1.3 autopsy, post-mortal changes. Definition of pathology. Definition is pathology is the branch of science concerning with the study of abnormal condition of body. There are many more definition of pathology. One more is it deals with causes, nature and the effect of diseases. In short, we also called as pathology deals with why and how of diseases. 1.2 is applied pathology. Applied pathology is studied in the way that has a particular use. Biopsy and surgery have a particular use. But what is a biopsy? Biopsy is the removal of cells from the suspicious organ, and surgery, it is a medical treatment in which body it cut open and repair body part. Next one is a autopsy. Autopsy is actually examination of dead body, and these are useful for forensic purposes. Let's move on our next topic. Next topic is clinical pathology. 4 lectures allotted to the clinical pathology. Clinical pathology include some subtopics. 2.1 definition and scope. 2.2 gastric analysis. 2.3 urine examination. 2.4 importance of CFS examination. 2.5 liver function test, and 2.6 is renal function test. These all tests are important because with the help of this test, pathologist and physician diagnose the pathological condition of its diseases, and in this test pathologists analyze the normal and abnormal constituent of this specific sample and reaches to the final conclusion and decided the what cause of diseases. Then let's move on our next topic. Next topic is disease. 4 lecture allotted to this topic. Disease include some subtopics. 3.1 definition and cause. 3.2 infectious disease. What is the definition of disease? Disease is a particular abnormal condition that negatively affects the structure or function of all part of organism. And infectious diseases, infection causes due to some bacterial infection, some fungal, some parasitic infection, algal infection. Let's move on our next topic. Next topic is retrogressive changes. 4 lectures allotted to retrogressive changes. Retrogressive changes include some subtopics: definition, cloudy change swelling, degeneration, fatty degeneration, mucoid degeneration, and amyloid degeneration. Retrogressive change means the change are returned to normal. Means state means it reversible process. It is a reversible process. We will discuss in detail in the chapter in retrogressive changes. Now let's move on our next topic. Next topic is necrosis. 3 lectures allotted to chapter necrosis. Necrosis include some subtopics: 5.1 definition and cause, 5.2 nuclear and cytoplasmic changes, 5.3 types of necrosis. Definition of necrosis. What is a necrosis? Actually, necrosis is a rapid pathological death of cell in the midst of living cell or tissue. There are many types of necrosis like focal necrosis, ulceration necrosis, coagulative necrosis, fibrous necrosis. Now let's move on our next topic. Next topic is gangrene. 3 lectures allotted to topic gangrene, and it includes 2 subtopics. 6.1 is definition and causes, 6.2 types: dry gangrene, moist gangrene, and gas gangrene. But what is a gangrene? Actually, gangrene is a massive necrotic death of the cells which is superadded by putrefaction. Now let's move on next topic. Next topic is circulatory disturbances. 8 lectures allotted to this topic, and this topic includes 5 subtopics. 7.1 hyperemia. It also includes active and passive hyperemia. 7.2 ischemia and its causes and effects. 7.3 hemorrhage, its causes, effects, and hemorrhagic effects. 7.4 thrombosis, thrombus formation process, its causes and effect. 7.5 embolism, definition, sources, types, and effects. But what is a circulatory disturbances? Circulatory disturbances means anything that produce disturbance in our normal functioning of circulation, called circulatory disturbances. But what is a hyperemia? Actually, hyperemia in this condition an excess blood supplying to the organ. But ischemic condition is totally opposite to hyperemia. In ischemic condition, inadequate blood supply to organ means less blood supply to organ, and this condition mostly seen in heart muscles. Third one is hemorrhage. Hemorrhage is actually internal bleeding. The term hemorrhage we heard in the newspaper in summer season. It is a brain stroke due to high temperature, is actually hemorrhage. Then thrombosis. Thrombus means blood clot. Formation of blood clot is known as thrombosis. What is a embolism? Actually, embolism is the sudden blocking of an artery. Now let's move on our next topic. Topic number 8 is inflammation, and 5 lectures allotted to inflammation. 8.1 definition and causes, cardinal of inflammation, signs, vascular phenomenon of cellular response. 8.2 acute and chronic inflammation. But what is a inflammation? What is a inflammation? Inflammation is occur during the defense reaction of our body, means antigen antibody reaction. But inflammation also seen during the heavy workout, heavy exercise. Now let's move on the next topic. Next topic is 9, repair. 4 lecture allotted to topic repair, and repair include 3 subtopics. 9.1 process of repair, 9.2 ties by regeneration by connective tissue proliferation, 9.3 healing, primary healing and secondary healing. But what is the process of repair? Actually, repair mechanism of injury. Repair is a mechanism of injury. We will discuss in this chapter. Now let's move on our next topic, topic number 10, and 4 lecture allotted to this topic. It includes some subtopics. 10.1 definition, causes and types of tumors, benign and malignant. Actually, neoplasia term related to tumors, and tumors is actually not in abnormal growth of cells. It may be benign tumor is less harmful, malignant tumor is more harmful. Benign tumor is not cancerous, but malignant tumors are maybe cancerous. Now let's move on our next topic. Next topic is disorders of pigmentation. Disorders of pigmentation, having 2 lectures in which we want to study about brief idea about normal process of pigmentation, like skin pigmentation, color pigmentation, plant pigmentation, jaundice. Jaundice is also yellow pigmentation. Now we will discuss in this chapter about all details. Now let's move on the next topic. Next topic is disorder of mineral metabolism. Disorder of mineral metabolism. 3 lectures allotted to this topic, in which we want to study about mechanism of calcification, pathological calcification, dystrophic and metastatic causes and its effect, gout etiology and pathogenesis. Gout is actually related to rheumatic arthritis condition. I repeat once again, all topics are interlinked, so do not skip any lectures. Now today we stop here. Thank you.